Okay, this is Dinner with Frugal Granny and Phoenix. Tonight we are having spaghetti. I've already browned 2 pounds of ground beef, and now I'm going to add my onions and bell pepper. I didn't saute the onions or the bell pepper this time because, well, I normally do, but this time I didn't do it because I let them thaw out. They were frozen. Come on, get out of there. Okay. Well, just going to have to assist you in getting out of there, ain't I? Just mix this around here real good. It's got a lot of pretty colors in there, doesn't it? That's yellow and green and red bell pepper. And I'm going to try to get the rest of this out of this bowl while that's cooking. Okay, fantastic. Got it. Put it in there and let it cook. We'll turn the heat up just a little bit. I had it on low. I had a phone call to come in while I started this, so we had to turn it off long enough to take the phone call. And let's let this cook in a little bit. Spread it around even and let it kind of set in there. Let it kind of cook in its juices a little bit. I think you can hear it cooking. Yeah, see there. There it is. It's cooking in the juices. That smells so good. I wish y'all could smell it. It really smells really good. I may say so myself. Get this under a little bit. Let it cook all through there. Turn it down just a little. Now, the next thing I'm going to add is going to be my tomatoes. This is a 16-ounce can of tomatoes. I like to get the whole tomatoes and then just mash them up because but to me it's good. I just like it that way. Then we just stir this around. Just stir it up. There we go. Just mix it in there real good. Salt and pepper to taste. I never measure out my salt and pepper. Well, if I do, it's in the palm of my hand because the palm of your hand, if you just put about the size of a quarter of salt, that's a teaspoon. And here goes some salt. I don't like to add too much in there in case someone else doesn't want much salt. Just enough salt to season it, and then let whoever's eating with you put the amount of salt they want. Okay, now next I'm going to put my tomato sauce. And what I have is a can of Hunt's pasta sauce. This has got mushrooms in it. just going to add it in there. I'm going to stir it around real good. Just stir it all through there to mix it in good. Fold it in. This is how you fold. Remember, take your spoon and you just put it under it, and then you just flip. That's called folding. There we go. Now, it's in there real good. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is let this come to a little bit of a boil. Then we'll turn the heat down to simmer and let it simmer for about 2 hours. The longer you let it simmer, the better the sauce is going to taste. But you have to go in every once in a while and check it and stir it up. You know, make sure it's not sticking. Don't let it get too thick on you. I always add just a little bit of water. Some people add beef stock, and that's okay if you like the beef stock. I would rather have the water. That keeps it from getting too thick too fast. That way you can walk away from it for a few minutes and just let it cook. Let it come to a boil, and then we'll turn it down. There it goes. It's starting to boil. You're doing it. My mom used to have an old saying, "A watched pot never boils." And I think she pretty much knew what she was talking about, because sometimes the more I try to stand over a pot and watch it and make sure it's not boiling too much, it just seems like it won't come to a boil. Okay, now it's boiling. I'm going to stir it up and then turn it on simmer and let it simmer for about 2 hours. There we go. Give it a good stir all the way around. So get excess off the spoon. Turn it down to simmer and cover it. There we go. Now we're going to let it simmer, and then when it's finished, I'll show you what the spaghetti is like. Okay, now over here is going to be my garlic bread. This is 2 pieces of, well, it's actually 2 hot dog buns, and I broke them into halves. Put butter on it and garlic powder. I'll put them in the broiler when my spaghetti sauce is done. And the butter that I used is Imperial. It has no trans fat in it, and there's no cholesterol in it, and it has 4 grams of fat per serving. Now that part I don't understand, because it says there's no trans fat, but still it's got 4 grams of fat. I'll have to read the back of that and find out what that is. This is a vegetable spread. It's got 35 calories. Let's see what that means. 1 gram of saturated fat. Polyunsaturated fat is 2 grams. Monounsaturated fat is 1 gram. Sodium 95 milligrams, carbohydrates 0, protein 0, vitamin A 15%. Well, I know I like the vitamin A part, but I'll have to read up on what this saturated fat and the other fats that's in there. I have no idea what all that means. But anyway, this is the butter that I used, the Imperial. This is what my bread looks like before it's toasted in the oven. And I will be back on in a little bit to show you the finished product. Okay everyone, this is the finished product of my spaghetti. That's my garlic bread, my spaghetti. There's my salad, lettuce, tomato, and cucumber. This is my plate. This is my garlic bread that's made out of hot dog buns, butter, and garlic powder. And, of course, top it off with some sweet tea. I like ice in my sweet tea. Phoenix doesn't. This is her cup of tea, and this is mine. Phoenix was my little helper tonight. She poured the tea. Thank you, Phoenix. In case y'all didn't hear her, she said I was welcome. Okay, time to eat.